a child's spirit is like a child. You can never catch it by running after it. You must stand still and put up. It will soon itself come back.
That's the truth of it, Rebecca.
This is no silly Caesar, Rebecca. My Ruth is bewildered. Rebecca, she cannot eat.
Perhaps she is not hungry yet. Mr. Parris, I hope you were not decided to go in search of loose spirits. I hear promise of that outside.
A wide opinion turning to the parish that I am. And I would satisfy them to say that they were wrong.
And let you come out and call them wrong. Are you Mr. Hale or a minister? Did you consult the wardens of the church before you had this minister look for devils?
He's not coming to look for devils, Mr. Proctor!
Then what's he coming for?
There be children dying in this village, mister.
I've seen them dying.
Pray, John, be calm. Mr. Parris, I think you'd best send Reverend Hale back as soon as he comes. This will set us all to arguing again in society, and we thought to have peace this year. I think we ought to rely on Dr. Griggs now and good prayer.
Rebecca, the doctor's baffled.
If so he is, then let us go to God for the cause of it. There is prodigious danger in seeking of loose spirits. I fear it, I fear it. Let us rather blame ourselves.
How may we blame ourselves? I'm one of 9 sons. The Putnam seat has peopled this province, and now I have 1 child left of 8, and she shrivels.
I cannot fathom that.
You think it God's work. You should never lose a child nor a grandchild, and I marry all in one.
When Reverend Hale comes, you will proceed to look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command Mr. Parris. We vote by name in the society, not by acreage.
I've never heard you so worried on the society, Mr. Proctor. I haven't seen you at Sabbath meeting since snow flew.
I have enough trouble without. Traveling over 5 miles to hear him preach nothing but hellfire and bloody damnation. There are plenty of other people that don't go to church these days because they hardly talk about God anymore.
Well, that's a drastic charge.
It's somewhat true. There are many that fail to bring their children.
I do not preach for children, Rebecca. It is not the children who are unmindful of their obligations toward the ministry. Where's my wood? My contract says that I will be provided with all my wood. I've been waiting since November for even a twig. And even in November, I stretch out my frostbitten hands like some London beggar.
You are allowed £6 a year to buy your wood, Mr. Parris.
The salary is 66 pounds, Mr. Proctor. I'm not some preaching farmer with a book under my arm. I'm a graduate of Harvard College.
I am well instructed in mathematics.
You will search far and wide for a minister of my stature, Mr. Corey, at 66 pounds a year. I left thrifty business in Barbados to come serve the Lord. I am not used to such poverty. Sometimes I believe the devil may be in you somewhere. I cannot understand you people otherwise.
Mr. Parris, you are the first minister ever to demand the deed of this house.
I'm the 3rd minister in 7 years. I'm not some house cat to be put out when the majority feels the whim. I do not feel the minister should be so lightly crossed and contradicted, Mr. Proctor. There's either obedience, or the church will burn like hell is burning.
Can you speak one moment without me land in hell?
It is not for you to judge what is good for you to hear.
I may speak my heart, I think.
We are not Quakers, Mr. Proctor. Not yet, Mr. Proctor. And let you tell that to your followers.
My followers?
I'm not blind. There's a faction in the church. There's a faction and a party.
Against you?
Against him in all authority.
Well, then I must find it and join it.
He does not mean that.
I mean it solemnly, Rebecca. Not like the smell of authority. I have crop to sow, lumber to drag home. What say you, Giles? Let's join that party. He says there's a party.
I've changed my opinion of this man. Mr. Parris, I beg your pardon. I didn't know you had so much iron in you.
Why, thank you, Giles.
It suggests to the mind what trouble be amongst us these years. Wherefore everybody's suing everybody else. I've been in court 6 times this year.
It's the devil's fault that a man could not say good morning without you clapping for defamation. Come on, Giles, let me drag my lumber.
I'll be damned first.
A moment, Mr. Proctor. What lumber is it that you'd be dragging home?
My lumber. A forest by the riverside.
That tract is in my bounds. It's in my bounds, Mr. Proctor.
In your bounds? I bought that tract from Goody Nurse's husband 5 months ago.
Come on, John, let's get your lumber home.
You load 1 oak of mine and you'll fight to drag it home.
I will win too, Putnam, this fool and I. Come on.
I'll have my men on you, Corey. I'll clap a writ on you.
Pray you. Someone take these. Why, Mr. Hale. Oh, it's good to see you again. My, these are heavy. They must be. They're weighted with authority. Well, you sure do come prepared. Well, you need hard study to come tracking down the old boy. You cannot be Rebecca Maris.
I am, sir. Do you know me?
It's strange how I know you, though you look as though a good soul should. We've heard of your good works in Beverly. Do you know this man, Mr. Hale? Thomas Putnam and his good wife Anne.
Putnam, I had not expected such distinguished company here, sir.
Does not seem to help us today, Mr. Hale. We look to you to come to our house and save our child.
Your child ails too.
Her soul seems flown away. She sleeps and yet she walks.
She cannot eat.
Cannot eat.